Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for October 5th, 2023, from Revelation chapter 12, The Dragon on Earth, Part 1. Previously in the book of Revelation chapter 12, we heard about two signs. A woman who is about ready to give birth, and the great dragon ready to devour the child to be born of the woman. For the woman, we use this as a symbol to describe the church. And we also realize that Mary gave birth to the Son of God, the Christ child. And that is whom the dragon is trying to devour. So we describe the dragon as Satan, who is always trying to defeat God's plan of salvation. However, the dragon fails. And the child is now safely with God at the right hand of God the Father Almighty. But the woman is still in the wilderness, but don't fear. She is still protected by God. So the church still is protected by God. But in the meantime, a war broke out between God's angels with Michael leading them and the dragon with his angels. The dragon and his angels get pushed out of heaven. The result is a song of victory, but now comes the question, where does the dragon go? Verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he had been thrown down to the earth, he pursued the woman who had given birth to the male child. So the dragon is pursuing the woman. And unpacking the symbols, Satan is constantly pursuing the church. So what does this pursuit look like? Well, Satan is that accuser, and is constantly accusing us or showing us all the things we have done wrong in life and giving us a guilty conscience. Anything so that we no longer trust in the blood of Christ and the victory that Christ gives to us for the forgiveness of sins. You see, Satan doesn't want us to put our faith and trust in Jesus Christ. Satan doesn't want us to believe in the forgiveness of sins, so Satan is constantly trying to focus our attention toward ourselves and the things of this world so that we can make our own personal satisfaction for our guilty consciences. Think chocolate, think shopping. What do you do when you get stressed? Do you reach for those two things or something else? Well, if we go to God in prayer for strength, we're on the right path. But if we attach ourselves to the things of this world, we're on a different path. You see, as Christians, we need to remember we are not abandoned by our Creator or Redeemer. Instead, Jesus sends us the Holy Spirit to lead us and to guide us in the midst of these temptations and trials, as we hear about that in the next verse. Verse 14. But the woman was given the two wings of the great eagle, so that she might fly from the serpent into the wilderness, to the place where she is to be nourished for a time, and times, and half a time. Remember, this is a vision. So what does it mean about the two wings being like an eagle, and how does that help the church? Well, elsewhere in the Bible, wings of an eagle was used as a way of describing God rescuing his people. So we need to realize the two wings are designed to rescue us from the pursuit of Satan. In today's world, what does God do to rescue us? Well, God puts us in a community of believers who gather around his word and receive his sacraments. This is our rescue. This is our refuge in the midst of trials and temptations from the world around us. And the church will exist, as John says in this verse, for a time, and times, and half a time. The quick explanation of that is the church will always be there because God is protecting her until Christ comes again and then ushers in the church to be with him in paradise, where we will not need any more protection because Satan will be corralled. More about that later. God's peace and many blessings be with you, and thank you for listening. And please take an opportunity to share this message with others. If you have enjoyed these daily devotions, Please consider making a donation to Peace Lutheran Church, 24024 West Main Street, Plainfield, Illinois, 60544. Thank you again for listening.